Now, students, in this video, I'm going to revise the chapter number 3 from page number 13. In the previous video, I stopped up to the first paragraph of the page number 13, and from page number 13 only I will be revising, but from the second paragraph in this video. Okay. So please follow the class with the book. Suzanne also mentioned that this was also the place she had last seen the relative they were looking for, Michael Henchard. So Suzanne, now you can see, Suzanne told Elizabeth that Michael Henchard was their relative. What was the relation? It was not disclosed to Elizabeth. Okay, that means Suzanne was hiding the truth that Suzanne was married to Michael Henchard, and Michael Henchard was the father of Elizabeth. Only Elizabeth knew that Mr. Newson was Richard Newson, that means who was the sailor. He was the father of Elizabeth. Okay. That means Susan did not disclose anything. She did not disclose the fact. Okay. And Susan also told that there was a place, and why they have come to that place, because they had one relative to that place. That's why they had both mother and daughter had come to that place. And who was that relative? What was his name? His name was Michael Henchard. Okay. Elizabeth asked her, as she had before, how they were related. Susan told her, as she always did, that it was through marriage. Elizabeth said she never understood what that meant. So Elizabeth was asking that who was he? Who was that Michael Henchard? So Suzanne told many times that Michael Henchard was related to them, and Michael Henchard was known to her by marriage. Okay, through marriage. So what was the relation? She did not disclose. And Elizabeth also did not understand that what was the actual relation with Michael Henchard and her mother. Now, when she asked if this relative had known her, Mrs. Henchard was uncomfortable. She thought it over and said he had not. Just as Elizabeth was trying to tell her mother that it may be futile to look for someone at a fair where nothing is permanent, her mother pointed to an old woman stirring a pot of furmity. Now what happened? So Elizabeth, now she was grown up. On that moment she was grown up, and she wanted to know that what happened and who was that Michael Henchard, what was the relationship with him, with her mother. So whenever she asked the question, she did not get the proper answer. So she wanted to know that what was the relation. So when her mother got the question, so she felt very uncomfortable situation. Okay. So now Elizabeth was saying that it was not very good idea that they had come to the fair. Okay, they had come to the fair, and it was really not a very good idea, because long ago they lost one relative, and they have come to that place and to the fair. Maybe that person would not be identified. Okay. So she thought it over. Just a minute. Then Suzanne told that Suzanne was pointing out a lady who was just stirring the pot of furmity. Okay, furmity means, it was a mixture of something, and okay, she had fallen on bad times and lost her tent. So now we can understand that this lady who was that means stirring the pot of furmity, she lost her what can I say, that she lost her that means tent, and she had a bad situation at that time. The tables and benches were gone. There were tables and benches, but these were gone. The old woman did not recognize Suzanne right away and gave her a helping of poor quality, watery furmity. So the old woman did not understand who was there, and she just gave one bowl of farmity, and it was not having a very good quality. The old woman offered to smuggle in a little rum into the bowl. Susan smiled at the bitter memory. She just pretended to eat the farmity so that she could speak to the sailor. So what happened here, when the woman just gave the farmity bowl of farmity to Suzanne, so Suzanne just, she was thinking about the past days, that bad past days. Okay, so she just pretended to eat the farmity so she had it, and she was pretending, she could not able to take that farmity, but she was pretending that she was having. Okay, and then why? Because she wanted to talk to that lady. The woman had been at the fair 39 years. Mrs. Goodenough, as she called herself, said that she had seen the best in the land. So now we can understand what was the name of the lady. She was Mrs. Goodenough. Susan asked her if she could remember a husband selling his wife off 18 years to the day. Although Mrs. Goodenough remembered big fights and murders, she could not recall the sale. Then gradually, some details came back to her. The man returned next year and requested her to keep in mind that if ever a woman came looking for him, she was to tell her that he had gone to Casterbridge. Now, after long inquiry, then Mrs. Goodenough could able to remember that yes, there was an incident happened, and the incident was related to a husband and a wife. The husband actually sold his wife. Okay, that on that fair. So and also she recalled that yes, that husband again came back to her, and he told to Mrs. Goodenough that if a lady if a lady would come back and ask for him, then she should tell that that man had gone to Casterbridge. Okay, that was a long way away, but Suzanne decided to try there anyway. They spent the night in the village. So Suzanne decided that maybe it was that incident happened a long day before, maybe many years before, but she wanted to try her luck, and that's why she stayed over there for the rest of the night. Okay.